Notre Dame is really good, very well coached. You've heard that before, E? No, they're good. They're really good. They're high-level guys, and their team is a really good team. Mike Brady is one of the best coaches in the country, and we're going to have to be. What's up, guys? If I'm not. You know our deal.
4-0.
Yeah, I don't. If I'm not, don't. You can't. Yeah.
You're doing incredible.
Yeah. Okay.
Boost it up.
So we just got to continue to get better, but we're playing a really great team tomorrow. And but I'll tell you, I'm proud of our guys. You know, we've come a long way. We had to go to overtime and shorter to beat shorter. Don't forget that.
It's not still short. They're like 10-5, I think. So
Yeah, but well, I think they're good. You know, but we had to go to overtime.
Any shorter team.
Yeah, I mean, we had to go overtime. So, but I tell you, defensively, we've been good, and we were good the other night versus Florida State.
Inserting Corey into the lineup, were you looking for maybe some defense, some senior leadership, stability, that type of thing?
Yeah, I mean, just more of a personal feel, nothing more than that. Just personal feel, but everyone's got to be ready and right, Justin Moore, you ready to go tomorrow? And
Let's go. I'm ready. I'm geek. I'm up.
And he's going to have good energy, and we'll be ready to go. He'll be ready to play with good energy.
Of course, that field worked out pretty good for you too.
I've always been a field coach. Fortunately, it's worked out more in my favor than the other direction. But that's just kind of how I've been as a field guy.
Can you speak a little bit just how you guys came to the decision of playing the defense the way you guys do in terms of basing out 2-3, mixing things up?
We just, we want to do what's right for our personnel. Try to do what's right for our personnel and fit with our personnel. I mean, my assistant coaches have done a good job of coming up with game planning and scheming. So a lot of credit goes to the assistant coaches and the players executing the game plan.
What did you play mostly in Memphis?
I mix things up. If you looked at our Ken Palm numbers, I don't know if you, Andy probably knows that, but if you looked at my Ken Palm, I think defensively we've always been, some years we were top 10 in the country defensively. Now we play more man,
Right.
but, and you can look it up. Andy's the expert at some of those stat numbers. But by the way, Andy, I called Ken to make sure he retweeted your thing the other day. So yeah,
Did he?
Yeah, but I'll call you if I need to have you retweet him. So
It's a deal.
No, I just think those, our teams have been pretty good defensively, and but I played mostly man. But I played games where I played some crazy defenses for 40 minutes and won us the game. I remember I played a crazy defense against UConn on senior day. They only lost there 12 times in it was like 17 years. It was senior day. It was so loud, and we played some crazy defense. I just put in a day before and won us the game. So I'm not afraid to change things and do some crazy things if it helps us win.
Tadrick had 6 rebounds Wednesday. Are you looking for him to be more consistent in that respect?
Not looking for him. He's got to get it done. I mean, if he wants to play, why did he play the minutes he played? It's because he rebounded. That's about as simple as it can be. There's not a lot of gray area with that one.
What makes the 1-3-1 effective? Wise? I mean, you don't see it a lot, but why do you?
No, I mean it's not as much on the not as much on the. I just think defense is all about effort and playing hard. I don't care what defense you're in. It's just like offense. Offense, it doesn't matter if you can't make threes, if you can't shoot the ball and you don't cut hard. It doesn't matter what play you're in. Same thing defensively. It's all about effort. Defense is all about effort, and our team has been consistent on our effort.
It seems like when you play 2-3, there's a lot of emphasis on if the ball gets in the paint, and there's real. What the word is? Just really making it tough for guys to move around and to shrink the court, I guess is what you said.
We want to be our defensive philosophy is to shrink the court. We want to shrink the floor, keep it shrunk, and playing hard. Playing hard defensively helps on that. I mean, I'm not going to give too many specifics. I'm going to be very vague on it. I told Moose and I talked about the other day. He had a question about the defense, and I just very vague on it. So I'm just, because there's a lot of intricacies into it, a lot of little things, and we have to still get better at it. But I don't care what defense or offense. If you don't play hard, you don't play with energy. Like then you're not flying on the floor and diving on the balls and jumping in the stands when the ball's on a loose ball or first to the floor. It doesn't matter what defense or offense you're on. Don't have any chance to win.
Like it's been interesting to me. The last 5-6 teams we played, and Carolina was another one. They've all shot poorly from three, and it seems to be
The only team that, but take Duke out.
Duke.
Louisville was 9, they came in the worst in the
right.
league.
Yeah.
9 for 20, they were 9 for 40, and they were 9 for 16 against us.
But it seems like
Remember that, Alex?
like 1 or 2 games, it seems like okay, they're just having a bad night. But it seems like they're having some open looks, but they're not making it. I'm curious if you feel like you're getting them out of rhythm, or there's.
No, I mean, listen, I think in any defense, if you move the ball, you're going to have some open looks. I think it's making this game. If you miss, you're here interviewing and saying, I've done a good job defensively. If you make it, you're going to be saying, what's wrong with your defense? So I don't make it more complicated than it needs to be, but it comes down to energy. Like if we're not flying around and making multiple effort plays on the defensive end, then any defense will work. If we're not cutting hard on offense, it won't work. But defense is about energy. What is energy? That's a vague word. To me, it's multiple effort plays. It's are you closing out and then making it, are you able to guard your yards? Can you shrink the floor? Are you in the right position that you need to be in? Are you able to be on the split line when you're 2 passes away? Are you able to sprint to the basketball when the ball's passed? All that is about energy.
Speaking of energy, Colson's one of those guys that you really have to, he's a high energy guy, and you really have to try to keep him under control. These scoring, rebounds, crashing the boards, that type of thing.
Yeah. He's really good. He's really good. I just think their whole team is really good. I think they're well coached.
Yeah, 4 guys with 14 or more points.
He leads them in double, but he can shoot it so well.
Yeah.
They can pass. They're not going to beat themselves. If we're going to want to win the game, we're going to have to beat them. They're not beating themselves. We will have to beat Notre Dame. You might say, well, Coach, that's kind of a dumb statement, but sometimes you can get fortunate. The other team just kind of beats themselves. This team, you're going to have to literally beat Notre Dame. They're not beating themselves.
Of course, when you talk about Limers as one of the most improved players, Notre Dame has one of those guys too.
Farrell's a stud.
Farrell, yeah.
All the way to put it, a stud. I think he's really good. He's quick. He's tough. He's hard-nosed. That's the vision I have for Jose Alvarado. He needs to be like that.
Yeah.
That type of toughness. And that no play exemplifies him more than a jump on the ball for Virginia Tech when the ball is being rolled head first. He's a winner. Farrell's a winner.
And of course, like you said in the beginning, Notre Dame's been one of the most consistent teams in the ACC since they joined the league, so you're always going to get a strong effort from them.
It's a great credit towards Mike Bray. I think he's one of the most underrated great coaches in all of college basketball, and he's a great coach.
And off the court, Matt Harper is named ACC legend. I think you have a Jared Jack promotion tomorrow. Talk about your relationship with the alumni of Georgia Tech basketball, how you've been able to reach out to them, or if they reached out to you, and how you're developing that, especially with the success you've had earlier this year.
We've when I got the job, I tried to reach out to all those guys as much as I could and can and did. And obviously, I've gotten some text messages from them along the way about they've enjoyed watching their program, because this is their program, not mine. It's their program. It's this Jacket Nation, so it's their program. So I'm just the gatekeeper right now. I'm just sitting in the chair to kind of as the gatekeeper of their program, and so I want to make sure they remain proud of their program.
And how do you feel you can maybe use them or to maybe help promote the program or get them involved even with the current players and help them out with everything?
The more they can be involved, and the more they can verbalize and talk about and promote and endorse the vision and message of Georgia Tech in any which way, shape, or form, then we want to do that. And those guys, I want them to be proud of their program, and because they put the blood, sweat, and tears in, and we need them to continue to get the word out about Georgia Tech.
What's the scouting report on Rio for the alumni game?
Let me just tell you where my focus is on the alumni game on a scale of 1 to 10, 0.